Let me catch my breath. Welcome back to another episode of the Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl Podcast. You guys, I am off of the fattest blunt and the best workout I've had in a long time. I hit a new PR on my legs. As you guys know, I don't know why I've been bound to just like working out in my house. I brought all this like workout equipment and I do all my workouts at my house. But today I was like, let me actually go to a gym. Y'all, I squatted 300 pounds. I was like, what the actual fuck is going on? If you can't hear the thunder, it's about to rain. It's going to be a good day. It's 1,000 degrees in Florida. It's a good day. I'm feeling really good. This episode is going to be long as fuck. Because I have so much tea, so much shit to tell you guys, and I'm so excited. And like, I don't even know where to start because it's been like 3 whole fucking months. And this has been the most like, I don't know where to start. But I do want to say thank you guys for listening to my last episode about my grandma. I felt so many things recording the episode, posting it. After I posted it, I was like, you should just delete it. Nobody wants to hear you cry. But you guys sent me and continued to send me, mind you, continued to send me so many sweet messages that I did not expect. And I was just like, holy fuck, people actually listen to this podcast. Like, that's so crazy. Also, hold on. Also, bitch, that episode got over 6K views, which is crazy because it was only audio. That's absolutely wild. That's more views than I've ever gotten on any episode ever. I told y'all it's usually around, on a good month, it'll be like one episode will get like 3,000-4,000. You know what I'm saying? But 6, bitch, I was like, oh, I'm finna chop a fucking toe off. Maybe I need to cry every episode. I was so gagged. But obviously I was like in the middle of like the worst point in my life, so I couldn't like celebrate it for real. But I was like, period. I said, not everybody got 3 phones. But that was so nice. And for some reason, I'm like doing this whole thing of like, because it was about my grandma, that's the reason it got so many views and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. And to everyone who sent me like a really nice, long, thick DM, thank you so much. Because, you know, I'm not the type of person that would do that unless I felt compelled to. So the fact that you guys felt compelled to do that to me is really nice. You guys don't know me at all. So I really appreciate that. Some of them I cried. Some of them I was like, damn. I appreciate that. So thank you. Let's jump into the first topic. And I'm so excited because I have so much to talk to you guys about. Oh my God. This is like a little folder. I love doing this podcast because like they're like little folders of like what I'm going through at that moment. And I feel like when I'm old as fuck, I'm really going to enjoy listening back to this. Like, it was like, listen to me when I was 27. Okay, let's get into the first topic because the first topic is the one that I'm most excited about. I do have an existential crisis thought, of course. This is not a chemically imbalanced Black girl podcast without an emotional roller coaster in the middle. But the first topic I want to talk to you guys about is really, really great for me specifically. And if you follow the podcast on TikTok, then you'll have seen a clip of the topic that I'm about to talk about. But side note, I need you guys to know that this video that I'm recording right now was originally did I say that word right? Hold on, bitch. It was originally a 2-hour video episode. And if you go look at the clip I posted on TikTok, I'm like wearing this like low cut dress, right? I had just came back from the flea market. I was feeling good. I had bought some shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I look cute. We finna record the fuck out of an episode today. Babe, like this into the 17th minute. And for the rest of the video, there was like the juiciest shot of my entire areola. I was like, wow. So as soon as I saw that, I just closed my laptop and acted like I recorded nothing because I was like, yep, there's no editing that like the fattest shot of it directly in the camera, front and center. You know what I'm saying? Armed forces. But you know, that was all for good reason because I feel better recording this one. I have a lot more stories to tell, you know what I'm saying? So it's all for good reason that I scrapped that episode because I feel like this is the episode that is supposed to get uploaded. So I'm excited. But basically in the clip, I was saying how I just randomly found out that I'm not insecure about my face anymore. And I want to specify that I'm saying face for anybody. Ooh, I just smacked the fuck out of myself. For anybody who's new to this podcast, in case you missed the high school butterface story, let me just sum you up a little bit. In high school, trying to traipse this guy, trying to get his number. He told me I'm a butterface. I didn't know what it was. And when I said I didn't know what it was, he proceeded to explain in great big detail about what it was. Okay. Now let's slingshot back to present time. Okay. Like I said in the clip, I've always been used to being satisfied with my body, right? Because I take care of myself. I literally used to be a personal trainer. So I've always had this idea of what I wanted my body to look like, and I do my best to make sure it does, minus the ass. We won't talk about that here today. But you know what I'm saying? I do take care of myself. So I've always liked my body in some shape or form because it looks like what I want it to do. It looks like I'm doing what I need to do for my body, because I am. However, my face is just what I get. You know what I'm saying? That's just what the fuck I get. I can't change it. There's nothing I can do about it. What I get is what I get. There is just, I can't fucking bench press my face. But recently I've noticed that I somehow missed the window from when my face changed from a child to a teenager to an adult. And I just avoided looking at my face. Like when I'm getting dressed or when I'm getting ready, I usually just, the stomach look good, legs look good, thighs look good. Like, because I'm so used to not liking something about my face, I avoided it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And even on, the rare occasion where my face, I felt like my face did look cute. You can't stare at it too long because, my fucking lazy eye will drop all the way to hell and bring me back a souvenir, bitch. Like, you just can't stare for too long. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to give yourself them quick ass glances like, ooh, cute, ooh, cute. So with that being said, as you learn that, you know what I'm saying, you just don't look at your face as much when you're looking at yourself. But over the past few months, like, I don't know. And there was one specific day I remember. I don't know if this was in May or June. I can't remember. But I had just gotten out the shower, and I don't like to towel dry myself, so I just like walk around my house until I'm dry, and then I'll put clothes on, or not. I'm in this bitch by myself, so who the fuck cares? My cats, and they don't care. But so I'm walking around my house, and I'm naked and stuff like that, and I go in my room to start putting on clothes, and I walk by the mirror in my room, and when I stopped and looked at myself, my eyes immediately went to my face, bitch. I was like, who the fuck is that? I was like, wow, I look so good today. I was like, holy shit. I wasn't looking at titties. I wasn't looking at anything. I was looking at only my face. And that was such a big deal to me because I don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I give for an example? For people who have like thick eyebrows, when you just get out like a body of water, like the shower or a pool, and like all your hairs are laying down like uniform to the point where they look painted on. Both my bitches, right? And for people who have like big lips, when like there's no like peeling skin, there's not a dry spot, nothing. It's just like fresh raw lip. That sounds nasty as fuck. But you know what I'm talking about? Like everything was just so nice. The pimple that fucking moved in and built a fucking rec center on my cheek finally went away, didn't leave a scar. Like my face just looked so clean and fresh, and I looked like a grown woman, and I was like, ooh. I'm like, wow. So I'm thinking, it's just because I just got out the shower, I did my little exfoliation, you know what I'm saying? It's just the after shower glow, right? So I had plans later this same day, and I'm getting dressed in front of the same mirror, and my eyes are just not leaving my fucking face. Like the whole time I'm just like, bitch, if I could, I would. I swear to God. And it's such a big deal to me. It's so crazy to me because I'm like, there's women on this planet who think that about themselves, like from the moment they've born. They've been thinking this about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like when I walk into a room, bitch, all eyes are on me. Like if I could swing a leg behind my head, I would. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just not even women, just people out here that just have always loved the way they look. Like what a life. You know what I'm saying? What a mindset. What a fucking mindset. Well, I wonder like how much that could change about a person when you're just that confident. Like imagine what you can measure unstoppable for yourself when you don't think you can be. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucking crazy. Like that probably shifts so much like decision making and so many, I don't know. I'm just like, wow. That's actually kind of insane. But guys, I don't know. I think I'm part of the club now, bitch. Like every time I look at my face, I'm just like, like you are doing that. and you're not even doing nothing. Like, I don't know. And this shit making my stomach hurt. Like, because I'm just not, and I don't know I'm learning, I guess I should say, how to compliment myself without hearing myself sound like an asshole, if that makes sense. Like, and I don't even know why I'm doing that to myself, because it's not like when I see other people gas themselves up, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's a loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think lowly of somebody because they think they look good. And if they are right, I'm just like, well, I mean, shit, they got a point. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why I'm trying to make myself feel bad for liking the way I look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I should be like my hand should be popped. Like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't like it too much. But no, I love it. I love it. Anyway, that was the first topic I just wanted to talk to you guys about, because I'm really, really, really excited about that. I don't know why. I know you guys are like, this bitch is 27 years old and just starting to like the way she look. Hey, listen, we're all different people. You know what I'm saying? We all have different journeys, and my journey, you know what I'm saying? 27 is wild. 27 has started wild and probably will continue to be wild. But okay, so the next topic I want to talk to you guys about is something that I guess, okay, so it is the existential crisis thought, but it stemmed from a conversation that I had with my mom. But I'm not going to tell you the conversation I had with my mom until the end, because that's when the emotional roller coaster drops, okay? I got a bunch of shows and shit I want to talk to you guys about in the middle of that, but I'm going to tell you the existential crisis part first, because it's deep. Okay, so you guys know, if you've listened to the show, I'm not a really big fan, or like, I don't want to say like follower or believer of like astrology and shit like that. I love everything I read about Geminis because, well, let me rephrase that. I love everything I read about Geminis that relates to me, because some of it doesn't. But some of it is hitting like right on the money. And I know what I'm about to say will apply to a fucking Aries, a Taurus, a Capricorn, and a Cancer. You know what I'm saying? Did I say Cancer already? Girl, focus. But I've just never felt like, how can I say this? I've never felt more like two different people in my entire life than I do right now. And not in a negative way. Not in a negative way at all. But I'm in like down to having two totally different reactions or two totally different responses to something at the exact same time, you know? Like, I can literally feel one half of my consciousness pushing against the other mid-thought, like just battling over what the fuck, and, what the fuck to say, what the fuck to feel. You know what I'm saying? How to think. I can literally feel them pushing up against each other. Like, bitch, please. Like, both of them are pushing up against each other, and both of them have the same exact strength. So it's just a constant budge. You know what I'm saying? And you guys know, when I feel something, I feel it deep and I feel it constantly. What? And in terms of dick, bitch, that sounds stupendous. But in terms of like self-separation, it's a little jarring. It's not bad. It's just like, That's why I say it's like a Gemini thing. And I know it's not, because I know a bunch of different people are going to feel like this too. But I'm just relating it to a Gemini because I am one. And they're two totally different, like, feelings. I don't know, like, I can't say one is evil and one is good. I can just say one is rational and the other is irrational, I guess. Like, there's no good and evil. Like, I don't have any like spite or revenge or anything like that. Like, it's not making me want to react or respond negatively to things. It's making me, so just to paint a visual aid of what is going on in my head, it's like I'm walking down a cave, right? And there's two entrances to a cave, right? There's one side here and then there's another side, right? And I choose one cave, but then the second cave starts to bleed into that cave and it looks like I'm walking down one tunnel, but I'm not. In my head, I know which tunnel I originally went into, and I saw the other tunnel come into this tunnel. So I know that I'm literally walking in the middle of two tunnels, but I don't know which one it is because it looks like one. Does that make sense to you guys? I know it doesn't. I'm just, oh my God. But that's what my whole entire mind is doing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, what is going on? What's happening? And like the one side of me, like I said, there's a rational and an irrational. The fucked up part is that the rational side of me that I keep hearing and feeling doesn't even seem like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm getting this other bitch's voice, and she's just, everything I'm coming up with is rationalized. Everything I'm coming up with is rationalized. It's okay. This is this. This is that. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for that. This is this. This is this. This is this. This is this. It's like this bitch is like fucking putting categories in everything. And it's just like forcing me to be like, you're good. Which is not me. I have never thought that way about anything in my entire life. You guys know I am a solidified crash out and a mental gymnastics bitch. Like nothing has ever just been okay. Like there's never been just a reason for anything. I do not think like that at all. So I don't know where this person is coming from in my head. And then there's the irrational side. Like, okay, everything is out to get me and everything is my fault at the same time. It's just like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's that mindset that I'm comfortable in. That's that mindset of, you know, trauma responses and all that shit. That feels more comfortable than the side that's just rationalizing everything. I'm so sorry you guys hear my kid fucking up my shit in the back. But that's also why I wanted that to be the existential crisis thought, because I can just barely put it into words because it's such an overwhelming feeling to the point where it's making me nauseous. Like I've literally made myself throw up just if I'm like quiet for longer than, you know, an hour, if there's no music, if there's no nothing, and I just think about everything that's in my head, like I will throw the fuck up. I did it the other day and I'm just like, how am I making myself sick? What's going on? It's actually been a crazy experience to the point where sometimes I feel like I'm having an outer body experience. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I feel like I died. This is getting way too deep. Hold on. No, but seriously, on some like inside out shit, sometimes I feel like I died and like I'm like outside of my body watching myself trying to reform this new bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's like everything that I've thought previously in a negative way, this new person is trying to find a way to rationalize everything to come up with this new person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fucking second chance ghost and shit. I don't know. I like it. Like I said from the beginning, it is not a negative feeling at all. It's just that anytime I feel something, anything at all, it's always drastic. It's always dramatic. So I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like a ghost of myself, like trying to, like I feel like the ghost of me trying to help me become somebody else. And I know that doesn't make sense, bitch, but in my head it does, and that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. Okay, guys, just a little break. I just want to tell you guys what's been going on. Not anything too crazy, but just like the tiny highlights. So I don't know if I told you guys about my dad, but I grew up basically for people who are new to the podcast and for those who forgot, just a little, quick update. When I was growing up, I thought a guy was my dad who wasn't my dad because, my mom was she was out there. Okay. This is the nice way to put it. She was in that bitch. And so I guess when my mom realized that guy wasn't my real dad, she just decided to like introduce me to my real dad. Now, my real dad didn't know he was my real dad either because he had a daughter, which is my sister, who was a year older than me. And so my mom basically was just like, hey, you got a daughter, it's her. And she was like, hey, remember that nigga I told you was your dad? It's not, it's him. And then just left me and my dad, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But we never got a DNA test to be sure because, now I look just like him. And I'm pretty sure that is the reason we never got a DNA test, because I look just like him. Exactly like him. I don't even look like my mom at all, actually. I look only like him. So I'm pretty sure I look more like him than the daughter he raised. So that's just that. So I'm pretty sure that was the reason we never got a DNA test. But the DNA test was also the reason we were never that close, because as soon as I met my sister from him, I was like, oh, this is my girl. Like from the day we met, we are inseparable still to this day. Like we look just alike and we got two different moms. How does that work? But me and him were never, I was already an adult, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have anything. It was just nothing that I was interested in, getting to know him and stuff like that. But recently my sister came down and we were spending time together, and we had went to go see our dad. And, he confessed to me that, he wanted to be in my life more, and, he felt bad that he didn't know about me for so long, and, all this shit, all this, stuff. But he said he wanted to get a DNA test because he was like, I don't want to, basically saying he doesn't want to open a chamber of being a dad on somebody who isn't his child, which I fully understand. Because if I was a man and a woman that I haven't talked to in, a bunch of years, just hit me up on Facebook like, hey, my baby is your baby, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trust that bitch either, especially knowing my mom back in the day. I'd be like, bitch, you out your rabbit ass mind. But you know what I'm saying? So I fully understood why he wanted the DNA test too, because, I don't know who my dad is either, nigga. Like, I would like to know as well. So I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Turns out that motherfucker is my father. Wonderful. So we've been hanging out a lot, which isn't weird for me. It's just, I never have been the type of person that, and it's probably because I grew up around so many different type of women, good and bad, is that I never thought I needed like a father figure or like just any type of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I never needed any like authoritative, is that how you say that word? Sorry guys, I'm high. I never really needed that authoritative male figure in my life. I feel like I'm fucking that word up, and that's gonna eat me up while I'm editing. I know it. But yeah, it was never needed in my life, and I never yearned for it. So it's not like it's weird. It just feels, I don't want to say unnecessary. It's just like, I feel like if I was a teenager, if I was younger, then it would feel as fulfilling to me as I know it does for my dad, because my dad is, anytime we're together, he just is obsessed with me. He's just like, you were so beautiful. I cannot believe I made such a gorgeous girl. Oh my God, let's go shopping. Like, what do you want to do? Like, let's just do anything. You like dancing? Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm just like, dude, I'm fine. I'm good. He's so excited. And I'm just like, I wish I was as excited as he is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I'm not, even though I'm not, but I'm not having a bad time. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm already so grown that this daddy and me stuff is just not doing what you would think it would do. I'm having a great time. Love my dad to death. Every time he wants to hang out, I'm like, yep, I'm rolling up right now. Let's fuck it. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell he's actually like, and I'm not a dad. I'm nobody's parent. So this is a side to a human that I'll never be able to understand. You know what I'm saying? But I can just tell every time we hang out that something in him is healing. Something in him is being fulfilled. Now, I have no desire to be a parent ever. So that's something that I can appreciate, that I'm giving someone that satisfaction of being a parent. You know what I'm saying? That's as much as I can do. And I don't know, it's nice. It's just very nice. It's very nice. Also, I've been heavily back in contact with my birth mom, which is something I never thought I'd say, because we were slowly getting there. And then after my grandma died, we were both like complete, like, y'all, we're not going to talk about it, but y'all don't know what it did to me when my grandma died. Okay. Like, you just will never understand. And so my mom kind of had the same, reaction, because that's her fucking mom. And she was just like, I need you to not talk to me. You know what I'm saying? She was like, for my mental health, for my anxiety, for my everything, like, I cannot go without talking to you at least once a week. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that, because, me, anybody who knows me personally know I will stop talking to anybody at the drop of a dime. I do not give a fuck, so the fact that she was able to verbally express that to me made me really happy, because now I know that, because you guys know, anytime I'm willing to stop talking to somebody, whether it's family, friends, romantic, acquaintance, I tell myself that they never gave a fuck about me anyway. So me not talking to them is doing them more of a favor than it is me. I just am lucky enough to not give a fuck, right? But it stems from insecurity because I have to tell myself first that they don't care that I'm not talking to them. That's why it makes it so easy. It's never coming from a place of fuck you, I hate you, never talk to me again. Ever, ever. Like I said, I trauma respond to everything first. So it's never out of spite unless you did something to me, then it's fuck you forever, right? But that's on a rare occasion, bitch. That's on a very rare occasion. So I had to explain that to her, like, you know, there's some stuff that you and I went through when I was a kid that we're going to have to talk about on these once a week talks to get me to open up to you more because, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that I need to say to you. And, you know, there's a lot that, we might have to duke it out a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Because if you want me in your life, you're going to have to give me what I need back. So we've been doing like little FaceTime calls every Saturday or Sunday, just talking, and, I'll catch her up on some of the stuff I'm doing, how I'm feeling emotionally, because you guys remember I told you whenever I had a problem with anything, my emotions, my relationships, politically, bitch, work, my house, money, anything, I would call my grandma. My grandma was my everything. So I think my mom is trying to not take her place, but initially trying to be that same outlet for me. Although I don't think she can fill my grandma's shoes, I do think it's a very nice gesture. You know what I'm saying? And she's using me as the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my mom are not mother and daughter. Like, this is my homegirl. Like, I haven't looked at her as a mother in, damn near 15 years. So this is just my bitch. Like, there is no, like, mother or daughter anything there anymore. This is just like, bitch, what the fuck is going on today? So that's been really nice. You know what I'm saying? So now I have these two, out of everything that I felt like I've lost, or let's just say lost the opportunity to have or do, the fact that I have my two biological parents back in my life is crazy. It's crazy, especially with me feeling so self-separated from who I am as a person. Now I have the exact two people I came from to be like, all right, which one of you motherfuckers is the reason I'm so fucked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get to the peas and carrots of this bitch now. But yeah, so that's been really nice. Even though my mom fucked me up on the last conversation we had, and I was sobbing, but I'm gonna tell you that at the end. But for right now, guys, I want to talk about some shows with you guys, right? And there's a couple shows I want to talk to you about. Let's see. There's Ginny and Georgia. There is DanDanDan. And there is, what's the other one? Oh, bitch, Forever! Okay, let's talk about Forever first. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, I gotta sit up. Okay. I'm sure it's been out I hate that but listen, this is what having JOMO is. I'm so late on everything, but it's okay. I prefer that. You guys know the show Forever on Netflix that came out a few months ago, right? When I tell you, y'all know I'm just an emotional ass bitch. I love things that make me feel stuff. And I haven't felt something like this from a show in a really long time. Am I lying? Am I being a hypocrite? Let me check my facts. Nope, I'm not lying. This show made me feel so many things. From the very first episode, bitch, the two niggas they introduced in the first episode, they're very two. I said, oh, I'm about to be triggered as fuck watching this. Oh, out of every two names, those are the two names. I said, we locked in. I'm locked in immediately. I thought this show was absolutely perfect. And you guys know how I feel about Black love. And I love a show about Black love because a lot of people miss this fucking mark when the two people are fucking dark skin or brown skin. Oh my God. Nobody was biracial, bitch. Nobody was, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was light skinned. I love that because I don't know. I need that fully Black representation. I do. I don't give a fuck. I just need it. I need it. And I thought it was perfect. I love how awkward Justin was. You know what I'm saying? It's like I saw some of me in him. And I thought Keisha was just the perfect Black girl. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Like the way they were talking to each other, like the writing in this show, beautiful. beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if millennials were on the, the writing board or what, but it was just so fucking authentic that the scene where they were like talking to each other on FaceTime for the first time, and she's like fucking putting her sleeve up to her mouth and shit. I'm like, this is so awkward Black love teen story. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so accurate, and I loved it. I loved it. I love the parents. Y'all know damn well. I hope that for some of y'all who have listened to this podcast, and for those of you who know me personally, I really hope that when you saw his mom in the show, you thought of me. Because and I am not afraid to say it, bitch, I'll be damned if I give birth to a Black son, which I won't, so I'll never have this problem, and he bring home anything else but a Black woman. I don't care if you think I'm wrong for that. I don't care if you can think whatever you want of me. I'll be damned. And just like in the movie, I need her to be all Black. Like, baby, I need her to be damn near from Zimbabwe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I want my lineage to be, and it is, and it will remain Black. You know what I'm saying? Fully. I respected that part of the writing so much, because I know for a fact, and they probably already got it, that people are like, well, what the fuck is wrong with dating anything else? What the fuck is wrong with mixed race? Ain't nobody say nothing that was wrong with it. This is what I want from my lineage, and I'm gonna teach my son that Black is beautiful, that Black is the goal, no matter what. I know love is love. I know what it is. But this is the course I need you to stay on, baby. Please. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I loved how you saw the chase between both of them. Both of them fucked up. And both of them were like, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's the chase. It's like, wait, no, but I really do actually love this person. Like, please, I don't want you to leave me alone. Like, and it was so... I loved it. And you guys know I love a slow burn. So, like, any beginning of a relationship, I just eat the fuck up. Like, the awkwardness, the touching, the will he, won't he. Like, I'm a sucker for it. So, I just thought it was perfect. And I loved how they made it like a point to have like a little twinkle in each of their eyes every time they saw each other. Like, oh my God, why is my voice giving out? Well, I can't tell you, I ate this show the fuck up. I watched it. I cleared the whole season in one day. And when I'm really feeling something, I immediately press play again. I watched this whole shit twice in one night. I was, well, obviously it bleeded into the next day. But I was just so engulfed. And bitch, when they started playing Frank Ocean in one of them scenes, I was like, am I a part of this show? I was like, what's going on? Oh my God. And I love the whole plot twist of Keisha having a sex tape, because I really like that they push the fact that, especially in our community, how somebody else can do something to violate you. And even though you're the victim, that stain is left on you and nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And I love that they pushed it. And I love that they made Keisha have such a strong fucking personality, but also made her soft enough to, see that side of her. You know what I'm saying? Because even though this was done to me and everybody knows about it, that doesn't represent who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck am I a joke when he did it to me? You know what I'm saying? That's basically child pornography. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all should be joking this nigga. And then when I heard why he sent it to his friend, because everybody was saying white girls suck dick better. Honestly, kudos for the writing on this part too, because if I was Keisha, if it was a real scenario, right, and I was Keisha and I heard him say that was the reason he sent a video of me doing that to him because somebody else said a white woman did it better, I would have gone to jail. I would have acted an ass. I would have been a stereotype for sure, because I'm a rock. Never mind. I just feel like the way they could have geared Keisha's character and the way they did was perfect, right? Because they could have made my bitch wild out. They could have. And they didn't. And I really appreciate that, because all Black women are not a monolith. Just because I would have reacted that way and I just so happen to be Black does not mean my good sister down the block would have. You know what I'm saying? I love that they kept that on track. I also loved the part where Justin and Keisha kind of split a little bit, because she has to go to prom with, what's his name? Christian? I don't fucking know. And Justin is just not understanding, like, why she won't tell her mom about the sex tape, and why, like, why any of this shit is happening, right? And I love the scene where she's like, I tried to avoid all of this by you not fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I told you who I was. You said you were okay with it. And now that we're getting to the point where I present to you who the fuck I said I was, all of a sudden you can't handle it. When I told you from the jump. I feel like that part is so specific and so relatable to so many young black couples. You know what I'm saying? So many young black couples, even me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you getting an attitude when I told you who I was? And just because you have yet to see it until now, that doesn't mean that I was lying. Bitch, I already told you. Yeah, it may have took a moment for us to get here, but I still told you and I still warned you. And were you just lying when you said you could handle it? You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck is the attitude for? The fuck you getting mad and getting up out the pool for? You know what I'm saying? I loved that scene so much. I loved how real and raw the conversations were. I loved it. You know what else was my favorite part? And I don't know why. Because it was something I would do. And in both situations. But you know the part where the two moms link up and Keisha's mom comes with Christian and she's like, hey, Justin, you still play basketball? You must know Christian. And he was like, what's up, man? I'm Christian. I play for so-and-so. And Justin was just like, Justin. He didn't move his head at all. Bitch, I laughed so hard at that part. I was like, that is exactly what I would have done. And then you look at his mom and she over there smiling. I was like, that's exactly what I would have done if he was my son. Like, don't shake that nigga hand. I'm scoping it out. I'm peeping what's going on. But yeah, I honestly 10 out of 10 show. I loved it. I thought the dad was perfect, like the perfect example of a, not even a black man, just a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to raise my kid and I know what to say to my woman. You know what I'm saying? They may be butting heads, but they not butting heads with me. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And then we going to talk to each other separately. We going to get this shit figured out. Like, so supportive, so understanding, so able to have weird conversations, get what he means out. You know what I'm saying? Just a good man. I loved it. The only person I didn't really like in the show was the son, the little boy. I was like, get this motherfucker out of here. You know what I'm saying? And is it just me? This might be something I missed, but does Justin have like some type of learning disability or anything? Because I was kind of picking that up, but I didn't really get it. I was so focused on everything else in the show that I don't think I picked that up correctly. But I'm so excited for season 2. Like, I'm so excited for season 2. I don't even know what season 2 could possibly be about. I'm just ready for it. Like, beautiful writing, beautiful everything. Beautiful show. Okay, now let's talk about Ginny and Georgia, because I got a lot to say. Because I don't know, y'all. I think this is one of them shows where y'all are getting too caught up in the character and not the actions of the character. Okay. So first off, I want to say last season, I really didn't even really fuck with Ginny like that. This season, hate that bitch. Okay. It's just, I don't know. And you would think me of all people will understand when people do stupid shit out of fear, out of trauma response, out of feeling like you have nowhere else to go, just lashing out because your life is fucked up. You would think me, out of all people, will understand that, right? Nope. Some of the shit Ginny was doing in this season, I was just like, why though? Like, no, for real. Like, why? And y'all, I love spoken word. I love poetry. If you used to follow me on Instagram back in 2015, 2013, all I used to post was spoken word. I love that shit. Eat that shit up. I was on Def Jam every goddamn day. Ginny's spoken word makes me feel like I'm finna have an aneurysm. Like, I don't know if it's her voice. I don't know if it's the cadence and what in the way she says it. But I every time she comes up on the screen and she's reading, I like physically want to chew all my toes off. Like, I can't do it. Like, I think they have stained this character for me for sure. Like, even when she has her good moments, I'm just like, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the new season of Ginny and Georgia, just like skip past this real quick. But when she got pregnant by homeboy, mind you, it wasn't even Marcus. I was like, really just. And then when she tried to explain it to Zion, she was like, I just wanted to have a little fun and just forget everything that was going on. You know, condoms are also fun. Condoms are also very fun. You know what I'm saying? Was it taking birth control? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, the decisions you make are like you're trying to make your life worse. And trust me, bitch. Oh, do I understand self-sabotage? Oh, I have self-sabotaged many, 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 many people, situations, and things in my life. So I'm not saying I don't get it. It's just that I think the way you choose to self-sabotage is very interesting. And I hated it. And why was she being so mean to my bitch Max? Let me tell you something. from somebody who, how can I say this? From somebody who understands what it feels like for people to not want to be around you anymore solely based off your personality, I felt so fucking bad for Max, because even though I'm not as honky-dory and bubbly and dramatic as Max is, you know what I'm saying? There are certain things about my personality that are despicable, bitch. Like, if you get me mad enough, I will say, even if I don't believe what I'm saying, I will say some of the nastiest, like, evilest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? And that'll make a motherfucker be like, yeah, Azaria, okay, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You, bitch, you not only crossed the line, bitch, you dug into the earth and made sure you could never see the line again. Like, it's a wrap. I can't do this anymore. So, understanding how it feels for people to just not want to include you in shit, or not want to be around you anymore, or not want to be in your life anymore because of your personality, whether they're wrong or right, it still hurts, because that's who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? And I felt so bad for her, because all she was trying to do was help. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that shit is annoying. You know, she was happy as fuck all the time. Don't nobody want no happy shit. Bitch, my mom is on trial for murder. Bitch, I'm not trying to giggle and hoo-ha with you right now. I do understand. But I also just feel like when you have somebody in your corner that hard in your time of need, even if you don't want to, even if their personality is annoying as fuck, it's just the principle, bitch. You gotta do it back. You have to do it back. You have to, even if you don't want to, even if you feel like you shouldn't have to, you literally have to, because the saying is as old as time. It's always the person who's there for everybody else who never has anybody there for them. And I feel like Max experienced that this entire fucking season. My brother is literally about to drink his asshole off. You know what I'm saying? Like, my friends are all ignoring me. They're all going through different shit that I can witness with my own eyes. And it's pretty big shit if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is life-altering shit that they're going through. And I got to hear about it through grapevines of bitches that I don't even know for real. Bitches that I don't know but know you. You know what I'm saying? And when I ask you about it, y'all all taking glances at each other, whispering and shit under your breath. Like, bitch, I'm finna crash the fuck out. Like, I felt so bad for her. And anybody who has been in a large friend group like that, I'm pretty sure you've had your fair share of moments like that where it's just like, oh, these bitches is okay. All right. Okay. There's a separate group chat, I can tell. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fucked up feeling, especially as a girl. It's just like, damn. Like, y'all are supposed to be the bitches that don't do this to me. And now I feel like it's only y'all who are doing it to me. It's a fucked up feeling. Now let's talk about Georgia, bitch. I know Georgia is like a really funny character and stuff like that. And some of the stuff that she did justified, okay? Shooting that motherfucking hand, I would have shot him in the head. You know what I'm saying? So some of the stuff that she did, I can say she don't deserve to go to jail for. Now. Let's not act like a lot of that shit let's not act like she don't deserve to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we like the character and everything, and she good and stuff like that, can spill a mean ass monologue. You know what I'm saying? She could talk you right out of your own opinion of her. But let's not forget that this bitch is a thief, a murderer. You know what I'm saying? And just a bad person. You know what I'm saying? She good to the people she fuck with. But that's not enough, ho. That's not enough. And I did not like how everybody was saying all the men in this season fumbled except homeboy from Degrassi, Sav. I genuinely can't remember his name in the show. I only know him from being Sav on Degrassi. I'm so sorry. And I was like, what about my nigga Paul? Mind you, because Zion and what's the little boy's dad name? Y'all, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I should know, but I don't. Zion and the white little boy's daddy, they fucked up for sure. I was like, damn, even Zion? I'm not gonna lie. When Zion called CPS, I was like, oh, this nigga ain't playing this season. That was dirty. I was like, damn. But I think you guys aren't giving Paul the credit he deserves, because if you married a man, right? And this man dropped in your town out of fucking nowhere with 2 kids of the opposite race, right? No daddy in sight. You gonna be like, okay, well, this one got a daddy. Okay, you already got perceptions and thoughts and opinions about this bitch, right? Then she make you fall in love with her, right? She's this Southern belle, this gorgeous woman, thoughtless, selfless. Then you find out this bitch got 3 bodies. A rap sheet of just breaking laws and all this shit. You not gonna be disappointed. And mind you trying to run for mayoress. You trying to run for mayor and shit like that. And this bomb get dropped on you that you just married a woman who done wrapped up 3 niggas, right? You not gonna be a little mad? You not gonna be a little upset? You not gonna want to punch a hole in the wall, bitch? And she's still trying to gaslight you like, you supposed to be there for me, Paul. You supposed to be there for me. I need you at my trial. Bitch, I'm finna be on trial for you, for murdering you, because what do you mean you need me? Like, I'm finna be scared of you. Like, I'm thinking, like, well, did you marry me to kill me and get on my mind? Like, what's up? Like, I hated that people loved Georgia's character so much that they just think that everything she do is right. That when people react to her, it's an invalid reaction. This bitch is crazy. Okay? And yes, it's right to say that. She has an ankle monitor on as we speak. Like, No. I just didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. And then people were in the comments were saying, oh, if he could hit near you, he could hit you. He should have hit her. I'm not going to condone domestic violence, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I would have slipped up on that wall. I would have moved a couple inches to the right, because what you mean 3 bodies? What do you mean you've killed 3 people? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then she was like, everything they said about me wasn't true. Only most of it was. What? Excuse me. No. And then, I forgot about when she tried to play pregnancy. When that motherfucker came in that house and slammed that pregnancy thing on the table, I stood up in my room, started clapping. There you fucking go, Paul. Make her take the test right in front of you. Get this bitch out of here. I'm sick of her. I feel like Berlizzi. I'm sick of this bitch. Like, oh my gosh. I could not believe it. And then, again, I'm finna spoil it, so if you ain't seen the new season, I'm so sorry. Just skip a couple minutes. At the end, I just knew baby boy was finna pack her ass up. I just knew he was. I was like, get her out of here. Sending this bitch to jail. I was like, season 4 can be about her in prison. I don't give a fuck. When that little boy said my dad, I said, huh? What? I could not believe it. I was so shocked. I audibly was like, huh? What did he say? Even though I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Georgia, it for damn sure had to be him. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not at all. He had to fucking go. As soon as he grabbed Jenny's arm, I was like, So yeah. But on the flip side of that, Austin, that's his name. Of course, when I'm done talking about the whole show, I remember his name. On the flip side of that, I'm really interested to see in the next season what making that decision does to Austin mentally. Because if you think that this little boy is not about to have some trauma to that, you got another fucking thing coming. This little boy is about to be a demon in the next season. My daddy was just rubbing up to me. I'm just starting to love this nigga again. Y'all made me send this nigga to prison. When I watched my mom kill the nigga they accusing her of killing. Yeah. Austin gonna be something else in the next season. He might start catching bodies early. So, cause now it's justified. Now that he see that as long as you sorry about it, then it's justified. Whew. Yeah. He's gonna be a menace. All right, y'all. The last show I want to talk about is, and then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here because I'm hot and yeah. But the last show I want to talk to you guys about is DanDanDan. Oh, and I have to tell you guys the conversation I had with my mom too. I can't forget about that. Jesus, this episode is gonna be long as fuck, but it's okay. I've been gone for 3 months. It's okay. I want to talk about DanDanDan because I get in a really bad habit of anime watching where I just watch all of the anime that makes me happy that like I've obviously seen before and shit. So I don't like to watch, not that I don't like to watch, is that I don't watch newer anime, right? Because I'm just like, if I want to watch anime, I'm gonna put on some fucking, some shit I've seen before. I don't know. Or just try to catch up in the animes that I'm in the middle of watching. Animes that have like 1 million episodes, like One Piece and shit like that. So I don't really jump on new animes like that. But I told you I have an uncle who lives in Japan. And he sent me a Momo figurine. And he sent me a bunch of figurines, and she was the only one that I didn't know. And I was like, let's start watching the show. Fell in love with it immediately. First of all, when that theme song came on, I said, oh my God. Absolutely. So I watched all of the first season. Loved it. I thought it was great. The grandma is my favorite character. Like, grandma fine as hell. Love it. You know, powerful as fuck. I love the writing. I like how they don't talk like Gen Z, but they just talk like, you know, it's very not urban. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's very now. Like, the way they talk is very now. I don't know what I'm trying to say, y'all. Anyway, the main reason I wanted to talk about DanDandan is because Gigi is, like, probably one of my favorite characters of all time in anime, right? And I know that's a big statement because, like, we literally just met that nigga. But for the people who read manga, I need y'all to tell me if Gigi dies or not, because I don't think I can commit to this anime if he dies. I just don't think I can do it, to be honest with you. And why are they releasing it like that? Like, I've never been so pissed off by a show's releasing in my, like, why? And excuse me, did y'all say season 2 was coming out this day or season 2 episode 1? Don't fucking play with me. I hate that so much. Why would y'all release it like this? I'm thinking, okay, I'm finna get a whole season to binge. You bitches are releasing it one episode at a time? That's so disrespectful. I hate that. That's the main reason I hate watching new anime. Because what do you mean I have to wait? Like, I hate it. Like, of course the storyline is perfect. Of course the characters are lovable. Of course the fucking visuals are impeccable. The fighting scenes are eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. Y'all only do this when anime is fire. And it make me so mad. So just, if you do read the manga, I get it now. Because I used to talk shit about people who read manga. I'll admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I actually used to talk a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? About people who read manga. But I understand now. Because I don't want to wait. So just tell me if he died or not. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Anybody who listening to this, if you read the manga already, or if you're reading it right now, just tell me. Just DM me real quick and just do it. I can take it. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's try it. But okay, guys. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. So, I'm going to tell you the conversation that me and my mom had a few days ago, and it fucked me up. Real good, actually. Real good. And it was a good conversation that turned somehow bad. And, and now I'm just kind of stuck. So, I'm on FaceTime with my mom. We're catching up and shit like that. She's telling me about, you know, her life. I'm telling her about mine. And, there's a little river in my backyard, right? And I'm showing her as we're on FaceTime because I'm about to go down there and work out. And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, man, if that was my backyard, me and my nigga would be out there every night with a fire and stuff like that. And I was like, I was like, yeah, but you know, I be having just as much fun out there by myself, you know, working out, like, you know what I'm saying? But my mom, y'all have to understand that my mom is a very male-centered woman. And if you know what that means, you know that, you know, I can only have certain conversations with this bitch about men, which is probably why this conversation took the turn it did. Anyway, so she starts, and my mom is she's such a intentional but try to be sneaky about it person, because she starts asking me like if I met any women out here, right? And my mom only recently, well, I guess she should have known my whole life, because I've never not been very vocal about liking women, but I guess she's just now paying attention to the fact that I like women. So she asks like, have you met any women out there? And I'm like, no, but thank you for being accepting, I guess. I wouldn't, I'll give a fuck if you weren't, but no, I haven't met any women. Have you met any men out here? I was like, yeah, I'm like, just not trying to talk about it and shit like that. Cause I'm just not there. And also, I don't think I told you guys this, but like a few months ago, my mom tried to set me up with a man. Now, I've said it plenty of times on this podcast. The reason I like the men I like is from watching my mom and my sister pick the worst type of men as I was growing up, right? Like the dirtiest, nastiest niggas. Like, and niggas who were already other bitches niggas. Like, I'm like, no, that's not for me. I promise you, I'm good. I'll find me a fresh nigga somewhere else. I like them nerdy. I like them, with a good job, I just can't do a hood nigga. I can't. And it's nothing wrong with a hood nigga. That's just not for me and my coochie. But the guy she tried to set me up with, talking about mind you, she talking to me, not nobody else, y'all. She talking to me, right? She talking about something. Oh, he's such a good dude, so well mannered, like he a dog and shit. So well mannered, and yeah, and him and his wife are going through a divorce. I said, and his what? Him and his who? She said, yeah, him and his wife are going through a divorce right now, but the only reason it's taking so long is because they're trying to decide, custody. I said, custody? Custody of what? You bitch, if you don't say a goldfish right now. She was like, no, they got 3 kids. I'm mind you, I'm on the phone with her. So I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I'm just not talking. I'm like, cause is she talking to somebody else and I could just hear her? You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't no fucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way she talking to me. There is no way. So I'm like, Ma. She's like, what? I was like, are you talking to me? She was like, yes, Zari, I'm talking to you. And I'm like, Hold on. I was like, I promise you, before you even finish telling me how lovely this man is, there is no way in hell anything a man can give me while he already married to another woman. There is no way in fuck I will be involved with a man who is married to another woman. There is no way in fuck a man can give me anything when he need to be giving it to his 3 fucking kids. I don't want nothing. There will never be anything that shines like a diamond in his direction for me. I need you to know that and never do this again. Because if you were ever pushing a man in my direction, he needs to be untethered from children and another woman, bitch. At all times. So that was the last time she tried to hook me up with a man. We had that conversation and I hurt her feelings because my mom been sleeping with married men my whole life. So I was like, I'm not you and I never will be. I actually geared my entire personality to not be that. So no, that's not good. That we don't do that around here. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I need you to hear me say this so that way we don't ever have to have this conversation again. So this time I'm thinking she's revving up the conversation to do that again. Like, oh, I have somebody in mind for you. How you can have somebody for me in Virginia and I'm in Florida, don't know. That's just who my mom is, right? So out of nowhere, she just asked me this question. She goes, so are you just going to be alone forever? And in anime, when somebody asks like a really deep question, they go, I basically did that because I was like, ooh, like an uppercut. I was like, damn. I was like, what? She was like, are you just never going to have like anybody in your life ever? She was like, I already know you don't want kids. She was like, but you're like, are you just going to be alone forever? And I was like, where is this coming from? Like, why am I being attacked? So I'm laughing, right? Because it's a defense mechanism. Cause I'm like, I'm like, okay, wait. So, I go to my immediate response. I'm like, well, I'm not lonely. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I was like, I do. When I imagine my life, I do picture it alone. So, yeah. And she's like, but why? And I'm like, I think you didn't hear me when I said I'm not lonely. I think you were only imagining alone. Because I have friends. I have great friends. I have more friends now than I've ever had in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm telling my mom. I was like, I have more friends now that I have in my entire life. I'm never at my house. You know what I'm saying? And now that I have a car, I'm definitely never at my house. I'm always, at somebody's house doing something, taking myself out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not lonely. And if that's what you're thinking, then I swear to God, I'm not. That's what I'm telling her. Y'all, and this lady says, that's exactly what your grandma used to say. That's exactly what your grandma used to say. She said, I went over, this is my mom talking now to me. She says, I used to go over my mom's house every day and try to get her out of the bed, try to get her to do something with me. Go somewhere with me. Let's go out to eat. Let's do this. Let's go shopping. Let's do this. Let's go to an amusement park. Let's do this. Let's just go somewhere. And she always said no. This is a woman who in her earlier years would be on a plane gone. You know what I'm saying? Where you at? Where's Kim at? Where's Nana at? Gone. Where's she at? Oh, the key under the mat. She ain't there, but go in there and get this. You know what I'm saying? Gone. She got friends in Korea. Gone. You know what I'm saying? Friends who was a flight attendant. Told y'all. That's why I wanted to be a flight attendant. She visited them in fucking Africa and shit like that. Gone. So in her later years, she got so content with not having a man. All of her friends are, older and, now they're grandparents and they're doing stuff focused on being grandparents. And, so she doesn't have anywhere to go. She just got so used to being alone that she didn't want anything. Even if it was offered to her, she didn't want it. And she was like, I'm scared that you're already in that. She was like, I'm scared that you won't have the time to grow in it, that you're convincing yourself that that's what you need to have a good life, and it's not. And I was like, well, hold on. I was like, because I just literally explained to you that I have a bunch of friends. Like, I'm not alone. And she was like, yeah, but what happens when your friends get married or your friends start having kids and shit like that? You're not going to have anywhere to go. You already don't like being around kids. You're not going to want to go to a house that's full of kids just because your friend is there. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of guy friends. When they get married and when they start having kids, their wife not go, this bitch can, I don't care if she's your friend, this bitch cannot just sit up in my house. She was like, so eventually the older you get, the people that you claim, you know, that are so welcoming to you, eventually they're going to have to close that door because their lives are going to take the forefront. So you're not going to have anywhere to go. So you're going to be forced to be lonely. She was like, that's why I always ask you about your love life, because that's a friend that won't leave. That's somebody that you always have a home no matter where they are. And the whole time she's telling me this, I'm like, oh my God, you know, I'm like, I'm so tired of having this conversation with people. But I'm hearing her because, and I'm crying while she's telling me this, because I've always told y'all, me and my grandma, I'm pretty sure I am the exact replica of my grandma. Me and my grandma were damn near the same exact person. So when she's telling me all this stuff about, you know, I don't think I've seen my grandma have a partner romantically in my entire life. I knew of one man when I was like 9. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't even her boyfriend. That was just a man that she liked to have sex with. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've never seen my grandma in a romantic relationship my entire life. And my grandma was successful as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. And I was just like, I feel like that's what I need to aspire to be. So I told you guys way when I first started this podcast that when I imagine my life as me being a successful black woman on my own. No kids, no man, no wife. And to me, that's the epitome of success. Why? I cannot tell you. I don't know why. And to find out that scares the shit out of my mom is so ironic. I don't know why. It's just ironic. So this is the part of the conversation that made us both start crying, right? Because she said something that triggered me, and she was like, she said no parent wants to see their child live a life alone, right? And it triggered the fuck out of me because part of the reason I am so comfortable being alone is because she left me alone. You know what I'm saying? So I had to tell her that. And I was like, well, let's jump to the very forefront. The reason my defense mechanism is doing my life alone is because you made me feel like I had no choice in the beginning of my life, right? All you cared about was dick, drugs, and money. You paid no attention to me for a good majority of my life. Put me in some pretty fucked up situations if I do recall myself. You may not remember, but the fucking axe never remembered a tree. You know what I'm saying? I remember. So it's about the life I've lived alone, transitioning into the life I want to live alone. Two totally different lives. One thing is the constant, one thing is the common denominator. And I told her, I was like, I'm all for being open-minded and I'm all for changing my mind. But as far as a romantic relationship, I cannot stress this enough. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm good. I am good forever, actually. Like, and it's become more, this is what I'm telling my mom. I was like, it's become more than just emotions. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I get horny. I'm just like, dang, I would love to, I would love to get this black back blown out. But I cannot, honestly, God, I honestly cannot think of a reason I would need a partner other than sex. And I think that that's not necessary. Because when I think about a relationship outside of physicality, I really genuinely don't think I can do it anymore. Like, and this is what I'm telling her. I was like, you have to realize the first moments of my life that I can remember is you not wanting me. You didn't hide it. You told me every day, put me up for adoption. You know what I'm saying? So my first memory of life is the person who gave birth to me literally not wanting me. So I cannot handle when somebody else doesn't want me. It does not blow over like it does a normal person. It makes me feel like I'm about to die. I told you about this lost puppy syndrome feeling I have. When somebody decides they don't want me anymore, it makes me feel like my heart is about to stop. because that's the first feeling I ever felt in my entire life. That's what I'm telling her. This is when she started to cry. I was like, so to you and to other people, that may seem like I'm regressing, or that may seem like a childish response to something traumatic that happened to me. And I need you to understand that it's not about spite. It's not about me being like, well, I was alone then, so I'll be alone now. It's not about any of that. It's about my mind and what my mind can handle. I was like, can you please try to switch your brain from thinking that me being alone or wanting to be alone comes from a place of spite and hurt, and try to think that it comes from a place of like fascination and determination. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that if I do, then I can prove to myself that, you know, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't do the same for me. I was like, you know, you can go from man to man, woman to woman, woman to woman, and, you know, it'll just be fine. You're like, okay, I learned this lesson with this person, and now it's time to move on. I don't get that same luxury. The moment, and most of the time it's because I get broken up with, not because I, you know, broke up with somebody else. But even if it's, and I don't want to just make it romantic, you know, if somebody told me they don't want to be my friend anymore, if I don't think I did anything to deserve that, and they're just saying, okay, well, I'm at this point in my life where I just can no longer, you know, continue the friendship. I don't want to be friends anymore. Like, that is going to make me feel like I'm going to die. I cannot handle, and just all the things that you put into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, Ma, it ain't gonna fucking happen again. I was like, you're just going to have to trust that me being alone and the version of you seeing me alone is not the same thing. It's just not, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not, I don't know. Like, we were just, at one point we were just like literally sobbing on the phone with each other. Like, I understand you don't want me to be alone, and it's something scary to hear your child say, but you kind of don't get that luxury when, you know, the reason your child is addicted to be alone is because of you. You know, that's basically what I was trying to say. I was just like, it's the trauma that I gained from you leaving me alone and me getting beat by all these different people and just experiencing shit that I shouldn't have experienced at fucking 7. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I know my life is going to be mirrored to my grandma's, because all I need to be is successful. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ever yearned for in my entire life. I've never yearned for a marriage. I've never yearned to be a mother. I've never imagined anything like that other than me having a certain amount of money and traveling. You know, that's just it, you know? So I was like, you have to be willing to understand that at 27 years old, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm doing. And I know that, you know, in 20 years, my mind could change. And you know what I'm saying? I could be like, oh, well, shit, hey, here we go. I met a woman. Shit, I'm getting married tomorrow. But until then, like, you know, just chill on my decision to be by myself. Now, what if I could be out here popping out triplets every third quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just relax. Damn. But yeah, that was it. So I guess that wasn't as an emotional story as I thought it was. But in the moment, as the conversation was happening, it was very emotional. And I was losing my goddamn mind, because I was like, damn, I viewed my grandma as like this. And I still do. I will forever. She is my, you know, pinnacle of success. But I viewed my grandma as this, you know, like lone wolf with a bag of diamonds on her back. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, and to hear that other people viewed her as this person who thought they had to be a lone wolf is interesting. So yeah. But you guys, that's the end of the episode. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm so sweaty. I need to smoke again. Thank you so much for listening to this episode and listening to the episode previous in this. Thank you so much for just liking this podcast and listening to it. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you are staying cool in this heat, because bitch is 137 million degrees in Florida right now. And yeah, I hope you do something that makes you happy this month. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.